What's up, everybody? It's Clay, or Almighty Boomy, and yeah, I'm just bringing you a little knife review today, and this is not the knife we're going to be reviewing. This is just here for something to look at and be pretty, and as a scale reference to how big this knife is. So, this is a monster in my pocket. So, here it is. The Cold Steel Espada Extra Large. And as you can see, it is larger than my fixed blade prototype for the PKA knife. And this is a 9.5 inch blade, and this is a 7.5 inch blade. And it's folding, and it has the triad lock system, which is one of the strongest locks in the world. But yeah, let's talk about sorry about that. I am actually literally outside next to a road, if you can see, but yeah. Let's talk about the philosophy of this knife and who the knife is for and why this is needed. This is for the person that is, let's say, serious about their knives and wants to carry something that is not a fixed blade and extremely heavy, but something that they can conceal easily and, you know, relatively lightweight. This is less than a pound, where this right here is well over a pound. And this feature right here is actually not a thumb stud, but it is for when it is folded up and it's inside your pocket. See if I can't get it here. It will grab onto it and then pull it out, and it will lock it. Basically, it's like the Glock of knives. It's always ready to go right when you pull it out of your pocket. And who this knife is for. Like I said, this is for the serious knife guy that wants to protect himself. This is not a, I would say, general use knife. This is a purely defensive knife only. And the thing about it is, in the state of North Carolina, a folding knife or a fixed, well, except for a fixed blade, but on a folding knife, it cannot be in the style, and I'm going to air quote, style of a Tonto, Bowie, dagger, or dirk. And since this is a traditional Spanish style knife, which is actually called the Navaja, not the Espada. The Espada, I think, means sword or rapier, but in Spanish. Since it does not fall into those categories, I can carry this around no problem. And I actually carry this to work with two other knives, which is the Rat 1 and the Cold Steel Voyager. And out of the box, it comes razor sharp. I'm talking dangerous sharp. And you have to be really careful with this knife. I'm going to try and get it to do it here without cutting my finger off. But when you bring it down to the close position, the detent grabs it and forces it back in. And it is just a beast of a knife. And to be honest with you, this is the knife that I've always wanted the most. And I got the G10 version with the stonewash finish blade. See if it can't focus. But all those little marks on the blade and everything is where they put it in a rock tumbler, and they it's basically there to keep it from rusting really bad. But yeah, this is for people out there that, well, let's talk about the different points of it. It's a conversation piece for sure, because if you have a knife guy that's one of your friends and that loves knives, or someone that has not had an interest in knives, you whip this out and people are going to start talking about it. I've whipped this out at work a couple of times, and the people there are like, holy shit, I cannot believe you have that on you. And another thing it's for is a collector's piece. I mean, as you can tell, it is a really, really good looking knife. And the last part is defensive only. It does come in two other sizes, which is a medium size, which is a 3-inch blade, so it's about from here to here. And then it comes in a large size, which is a 5 1/4 inch blade, which the blade is that big. And those are more your general purpose EDC knives for cutting boxes and stuff like that. But this is, I choose this over this for protection any day of the week. Just because I can easily put it in my pocket, and the only thing that sticks out, I'll try to show it to you here. The only thing that sticks out is from right here to right here. Just that little 1.5 inches. But even in the closed position, it's still as big as that single blade on the PKA buoy. So, and actually I got some good use, a little story for you, which I will include a video clip at the end. About 3 days ago, as I was getting ready to leave for work, I grabbed this knife and my Voyager and Rat 1, which I'll do a review on the Rat 1 later, and stuck it in my pocket, and I went outside, locked the door, and as soon as I turned around, there was a full-grown bull elk standing behind my car that had chased a dog into our yard and was pissed off. And I talked to the park ranger about it, and he said it's one of two things. It was either rabies, or since it's beginning to be mating season, it was pissed off and territorial. It took 3 or 4 charges at me, and we had a good standoff for about 30 seconds before I was able to scare it away. But I had deployed this and had this on me ready to fight it, because really the only thing I am scared of is large animals that are pissed off, because they don't care who the fuck you are or what you are. They will fuck your shit up bad. But I had this knife out ready in a defensive position like this, and I had my Voyager, which is a 5¼ inch blade, or 5½ inch blade, so about right there. I had that in my left hand, and I managed to scare it off far enough for me to get out my phone and take a 18-second clip of it leaving, and the dog that it was chasing too. But on a 1 to 10 scale, 1 second. Fucking hate that noise. But from a scale of 1 to 10 on defensive, purposability, and just overall quality of the knife, it's a straight 10 out of 10. And if I do a gear check on somebody, which I do often to my friends, I'll go up to them and ask them what they're carrying on them. If they whip out this, or if I run into a person on the street and I see this on them, that's mad respect points right there. I mean, this, oh, and another point I wanted to say, this right here is not a survival knife to be used out into the woods. Not a bushcraft knife or a survival knife, because the blade is too thin for that. It is to get in between ribs and slice and dice, and for puncturing. That tip, I don't know if it will focus in or not. Probably won't, but that tip is needle point. But as a urban survival knife, this is what no one on any other reviews has talked about. It is a perfect urban and or city survival knife. It can be used to puncture and cut through doors. It can puncture a car door, a car hood. You can actually cut the top of your car off with this knife. I've seen it done. And this knife right here will, if need be, will go through all the way through a Kevlar vest. But yeah, that pretty much covers that knife. And I'll be putting that clip of that elk at the end. So yeah, peace out, bitches.